Hello everybody, and welcome back to the shop. You know, in our build 1, build 2, and build 3, build 4, we did a lot of work to this tractor. We tore down the tractor completely in build 1 and 2. We separated our front clip, our back clip, center plate, completely dismantled the frame, degreased it, painted it up, and build 4, we actually cleaned up this deck, the hood, the steering box, and electrical box, and now we're ready to put things back together. So stay tuned, because we got some building to do. Now the first thing we got to do is we got to put this steering box and this electrical box back in, and we got our bolts right here, and we're also going to use a socket wrench this time. Just to let you know what I've done already. I've already put the steering box in, and I got it all hooked up to the steer axle and everything, because this here is kind of a pain in the butt to put in if you put this in. So, because there ain't that much room. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to put this back in. We'll start putting this tractor together and making it look like a junior tractor pulling tractor. So if everything's the same, basically what you got on the build 1, build 2, it's just reversing the process. You got 4 bolts that you put in, and having a socket wrench actually makes things a lot easier. Pre-thread your bolts in, finger thread them, so that way you don't strip anything. We're going to put this in. I'm so excited to get this tractor done. I ain't cheap tools, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and just do this with the wrench. Kind of tighten them up real good. And then you tighten everything with your wrenches. Now you want to make sure everything's real tight, so that way you don't have anything falling apart on you. Yep, there we go. We got it so all tightened up over here, real good. The next thing we got to do is we got to stick our steering column in, which we are changing out the steering box. We had to change out also our steering column. So, and basically you got your 3 bolts here. And you stick them right in through the front. You got that square hole that we were talking about before. This makes it really, really nice. Makes things go together a lot easier. Now, on a lot of these tractors, this bearing right here goes in one way, so make sure you got your steering column lined up with your steering box when you're installing. Here we go, and our steering column is officially installed. So, And then you want to go up here and you want to tighten these down. Make sure everything's straight. And tighten these down real good. We're going to have ourselves a tractor after this is done. Start seeing what she's going to look like. These close end wrenches work really well. There we go. Now that we got the steering box and the electrical box on, now it's time to put the hood on. And basically how you put the hood on is the hood basically hooks up to this hinge plate right here, or the clip hinge, as we call it. So, let's get this hood put on. Basically the hood fits right on there, just like so. And you want to match it up with your dashboard. And it fits great. We're going to put some small bolts in it. Line up your holes. Make sure you use washers so that way you don't scratch your paint up. But now I'm just getting ready to put the last bolt in on the other side here, and next we're going to put the seat on it. Now then, earlier in the video, we took the seat off and talked about that new seat. Well, guess what? We got a new seat we're going to put on it. We're going to start making this thing look mean. It's coming together. Yes, it is. Remember that new seat we're talking about? Well, this is that new seat. And on the bottom, we already got our brackets mounted, which are the original brackets for the tractor. I told you to save them. This is the reason why. And basically what we did is we bolted it just like we did on the seat, the original seat that was on the tractor. So now we're going to stick it on the tractor so that way we got something to sit on when we drive. This is so exciting. Take our bolts off, and then we stick the seat. Now we've already pre-drilled our holes in here to realign the seat and set them. There's actually a pressure washer that's underneath that actually is setting these. So that way we can stick our seat right on it, like so. And put your bolts back in. Bolts and washers. Now when you're using wrenches, you want to be careful of your finishing. So I would use the boxed end, because the boxed end's got an angle on it. You just don't stick there and keep your fingers underneath the wrench so that way you don't scratch your paint. Stick it in your lowest gear, so that way you don't run yourself over when you're trying to crank stuff up. And always no stagger torque or bolts. There we go. Well, we've done a lot of work to this tractor. We took it completely down to the bare chassis, degreased it, painted the frame this beautiful, beautiful yellow. We did all the seat metal on the back, the fenders, the box, painted it red, got a pop with that white finish that we got on it, did the hood, taped it off, and we saved this sticker, but it still looks like a lawn tractor. I got it. We're going to change these front tires out. We're going to put some smaller tires on it. Make it look mean. We're going to stick some smaller tires on this front, and there's reasons for that. The first reason is it makes it look like a junior tractor pulling tractor. The second reason is because it shifts the weight to the front when you're pulling. And we kind of dug around our shop and we found these tires right here. These came off of a Pacer huddle round. They're actually the rear tires. If you find a Pacer huddle round, these things are great to get, especially if you're in a junior tractor pulling tractor, because most of them will fit the spindles. Now, we had to take this to the shop and we had to hone out the inside board just a little bit so it would fit our spindle. It was just a hair too small. So I've already took the cotter pin and the C pin off of here. So it's basically taken off like so. And then you put this one on like so. And I do not have an actual pin to put back on it because the pin broke. We're still going to put them on. So, look how low that thing sits. Isn't that low? Now you want this to be as low to the ground as you can get when you're in a tractor pulling, because your weight of your engine is actually pushed forward, so that way your front end and these tires don't come up as much. So that's a very, very important thing, especially if you're in the modified series. The modified series, more horse, more power, more pulling power. You want this as low as you can get. Took a lot of work to get this tractor to where it's at. But you know what? She is looking mean. Looking great. Got this white paint, red, with the white pop, yellow frame, small tires on the front. Got our seat, comfortable seat on it. Completely ran through. I'm telling you, this tractor is coming along very nicely. Now in our next video, what we're going to be concentrating on is the actual engine work and the drivetrain work and the electronics. The electronics on the engine, there are some modifications that we'll make, and I will explain that in those videos in our Build 5. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Hit that share. Hit that like. Comment. Put your comments in. Hit that subscribe and that little dinger so that way you guys get notifications on our next builds and our videos as they post. But stay tuned. Stay with us because we got a lot more building to do.